Hello, this is Teacher Angel and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So there are many people who really want or really love to collect Calathea plants, but unfortunately, sometimes it's not really that easy to grow them. So today, I will give you tips on how I take care of my Calatheas and how I make them grow and thrive based on my own experience. So by the way, my tips may not be applicable to you if you are outside of the Philippines because I am here in the Philippines and the weather is hot. So Calatheas are part of the Maranticeae or Maranticeae family. I don't know if I pronounce it right. And they are commonly known as prayer plants. They are called prayer plants because they spread their leaves in the daytime, but in the evening they close their leaves. So it's like praying. So that's why they are called prayer plants. So here are some tips on how I grow my Calatheas at home. First, you need to consider your passion in taking care of Calatheas. Calatheas are like babies. They need your time, they need your effort to take care of them. You need to visit your Calatheas from time to time, especially if you put them in a particular place where you cannot see them every day. Next is the place where you put them. So Calatheas don't need much sun. Some people really think that Calatheas are best indoor or inside the house, but for some reason, Calatheas need an indirect low sunlight. So later on in my next videos, I will show you the place or the corner where I put them together because they love to be put together. So that's one thing that you also consider. Calatheas love each other. So when you put them together, it's not just so attractive and beautiful, but you can see that the leaves, the foliage, and all of them are so happy together. The next thing that you should know about Calatheas is that they don't require much water. So in my case, even if the weather is so hot, I only water my Calatheas twice a week using the rainwater. So I water them only twice a week because Calatheas do not really like to be wet. So you don't need to water your Calatheas every day. Just enough water is what they need. I live in the city and the water is chlorinated. So I use the rainwater because if you are using a chlorinated water, it might result to brown edges or brown leaves of your Calatheas. For some people who can afford high maintenance for their Calatheas, they use distilled water, and a lot of people can attest distilled water is really good for Calatheas. The result is really amazing and fantastic for them. The next thing to consider is the soil. You have to make sure that when you water your Calatheas, the water drains so well. So in my case, I use dried rice hull, the carbonated rice hull, and a little bit of manure. So a combination of the three of them, but not much for all of them, is the best for your Calatheas. There are many collectors and Calathea lovers who use this method for their Calatheas because earthworms cannot really exist in this kind of combination of soil. So take note, it's really important to consider that when you water your Calatheas, the water will drain so well. The next thing to consider, and please don't forget about, is the temperature. So Calatheas really like humidity. We have to consider that Calatheas are naturally in tropical areas of the world. So that means to say that they do not like cold areas. So the temperature which is best for them is between 65 to 80 degrees. If you don't have a very humid area for your Calatheas, you can improvise by using water and spray. It will help to keep them moist because that's what they love. A lot of friends are also asking for the kind of fertilizer that I am using for my Calatheas. But I will discuss those things in my next vlogs. For now, I can tell you that Calatheas do not really require much fertilizer. If you are using the kind of soil that they love, and if you're putting them in the right area where there is humidity and also indirect sunlight, and you don't overwater or underwater them, then they will thrive more and they will become so beautiful. One of the things that I also do in taking care of my Calatheas is to cut the portion where I can see the brown edges, the brown parts. Only the parts. You don't have to cut all the leaves of the plant, but just the portion of it. So just like this crimson, it's still thriving and it has brown edges. So I just need to cut this portion, okay, but not totally the whole leaves. So one thing that I learned about taking care of Calatheas, this is just based on my experience, is to plant them using a not so small and not so big pots. So just like this illustrious here, this guy is starting to thrive more and produce more shoots. This one here, the rattlesnake, is getting bigger and it has a lot of shoots. So I am thinking of repotting this one and to propagate this one, but also I want to keep it this way because it really looks attractive and beautiful. Lastly, I would like to include this one. I see a lot of tips on YouTube, and there are many tips on how to remove earthworms, the worms, the pests, and the fungi and everything that destroys your Calatheas. But you know what? I tried some of them and I failed. So just be careful on the ingredients that you are using, you're applying to your Calatheas, especially on the leaves to make them shine, because not all the ingredients are good for your Calatheas. For example, if you want to remove some fungi, and there are also suggestions like using a baking soda and a dishwashing liquid mixed with water and some oils, please be careful on the amount of ingredients that you are using and you are applying for your Calatheas. Maybe you can apply, especially the dishwashing liquid. Please take note that the dishwashing liquid should be organic, and if you don't have any organic dishwashing liquid, you can just apply a small amount of it. So in letting the foliage shine, or in cleaning the foliage, the leaves of your Calatheas, please don't forget not to use just any oils available at home. So I can recommend neem oil or any other organic oil for your Calatheas. Remember, you need to be careful in applying or using anything, any ingredient for your Calatheas. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you so much, and see you in my next videos. Goodbye!